Hey Riker, you want to do me a big favor?
Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to give that little 5-minute warning until we're going to come together, give announcements, start everything. But it's great to see everybody. If you want to find your drinks, your snacks, and your seats, that would be amazing. But 5 minutes, and we will be meeting right back up here again.
Just because it was hanging.
Good morning, everybody. I said good morning, everybody. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. So we got a few announcements going on. Is it Sunday? It's Sunday.
Is it Sunday?
It's Sunday. Praise the Lord. Our announcements this coming Wednesday from 6 to 7:30. If you are a middle school or a high school student, they meet every Wednesday at Miss Nicole's house. So if you have a middle schooler or a high schooler, or you know of one, please direct all your questions over to Miss Nicole. She's waving her hand right now. And you guys can get yourself going. She has a fun pool. She has volleyball. Lots of great opportunities. And it's going to be a fun one, especially as summer comes. And then what else do we got going on?
On Thursdays, as most of you might know, we have our young adults group, which we meet. We're actually, coming June, we're going to be having a schedule what we're going to be doing for the month of June. We'll have one for July, but we'll be going to different locations, doing different things. But that starts at 6:30. We are currently meeting at the Hightower House. If you're interested in that and where we'll be, all that information will be on our Instagram page, which is WyldFyre_YA. But Anna, what else do we have?
All right, if you guys are aware, today is our core team. It's going to be at 1 to 2 p.m. today. So, as all you know, many hands make light work. So if you can help pick up and put the chairs over here in this corner and roll up the rugs. But we're going to have core team from 1 to 2. So if you'd like, anybody can join. We just talk about ministry. We talk about future dates coming up, like worship nights and whatnot. So we would love to have you there. Again, it's here from 1 to 2 p.m. And then what's the last thing we got going on, Theron?
Last but very not least, if you guys want to take a little peek over in the back, we got our prayer box. Right next to that is going to be our tithing box as well. So if you have any tithes, any prayers that need to be prayed about outside of yourself, we have a team that after church we pray about those. We also, throughout the week, we have a group thread where we try to pray on certain things. And we appreciate Tom so much for leading in that. We also, in the very back, is it in the very back?
Yes.
We have our t-shirt sign up. So next week is going to be our very last week of having the t-shirt sign up. We'll have it come back again. Don't worry, it's not exclusive. But we want to get those ordered for everyone who does have their money paid, their names on the list, stuff like that. So if you're interested, over in the back is going to be that list. But last but very not least, we're going to be having JC come up to talk about our coffee cart because there's been so much new life that's breathed into that ministry. So, yeah, give it up for JC.
Good morning. I'm extra chipper because I have my caffeine every morning because I work the coffee shop. I oversee the coffee ministry back here. We're calling it Fire Coffee because the coffee is fire, but also we're WyldFyre. So something that's really cool that I've noticed about the coffee ministry lately is that it really has become a point of, what would you call that? Connection. It's become a point of connection. So new people get to have a drink for free. And this is just kind of our way of introducing them to the community and welcoming them. So we have a total of 4 people that are working back there. We have Kaylee, and we have Lola, and then we have Kim and myself. We are always open for some new volunteers. If you have a passion about coffee and you're extra friendly, you do have to be friendly. That is a requirement. So, just a couple cool things. We do have. This is an example, just so you know. We have Red Bull, chai, all kinds of stuff. So you can see our menu back there. This is a really cool one free drink thing. So basically you can purchase one of these cool little tickets and either give it to somebody or you can leave it up with us to collect, and then that way we can give it to somebody who maybe can't afford a coffee but really needs a pick-me-up, whatever. One thing that I would really like to get our coffee shop to be able to do is to be able to start collecting, you could call it tips, for raising funds for like our retreats, if there's a family in need, something like that. We want to be able to give back from our coffee shop. And so that's also kind of just like a way that you can feel like you're supporting. And if you're not a coffee drinker, we have all kinds of other things. But like I said, you can even just purchase a coffee, and that will help towards that, help support us. So it's really a cool ministry because we're able to communicate with people, but we have like really awesome conversations, especially with the new people. It gives them a place to go as soon as they get here, and it gives us an opportunity to get to know them. That's one of the things that I've always loved about working a coffee shop is that I have an excuse to chat. So anyways, if you're looking for ways to support or help, or if you want to be back there making coffee with us, please come and talk to me. And I just want to thank Kaylee and Kim and Lola for everything they do. And it's just been a really cool ministry to see take off. So thank you. And get your coffee next Sunday or after church. We're still open. Woo!
Morning, church. How we doing?
Good.
Who's ready to worship, huh? Yeah. I don't know. Everyone has different experiences throughout the week. I know that the young adults just came back from retreat, and they're coming off of a spiritual high. Some of us might not be, so fortunate as to have gone. But, wherever you've been throughout this last week, we can all now come together and just focus on the Lord for this time. So if you wouldn't mind standing up as we worship. Blessed be your name in the land that is plentiful, where your streams of abundance flow. Blessed be your name. Blessed be your name, when I'm found in the desert place. Though I walk through the wilderness, blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, I'll turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Blessed be your name when the sun's shining down on me, when the world's all as it should be. Blessed be your name. Blessed be your name on the road marked with suffering. Though there's pain in the offering, blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, I'll turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. You give and take away. You give and take away. My heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, I'll turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Lord, blessed be your name.
Every week we like to take the time to give a little worship why we worship. And I think that in this song, right, like you give and the Lord takes away. And in this life, you know, tomorrow's never guaranteed. Tomorrow's never guaranteed. Your job isn't guaranteed. You know, even relationships with your family aren't guaranteed tomorrow. But one thing's guaranteed. That's relationship with God. Right. The Lord, in His presence, is the one thing in this life that will never leave you, and even after this life will never leave you. Right? So when we're looking at blessed be your name, it's like every blessing that the Lord loves to give to us as His children. Right? He gives us freely, but since everything is His, He also can take away in His wisdom. Right? And it's not for us to be like, oh Lord, why did you take this away? Or, you know, oh Lord, thank you for giving this to me. You know, we can't be like Jonah with the little withered leaf. You know, the Lord gave him the leaf, the Lord takes away. You know, but we can trust in the Lord always.
We bow our hearts, we bend our knees. Oh Spirit, come make us humble. We turn our eyes from evil things. Oh Lord, we cast down our idols and give us clean hands and give us pure hearts. Let us not lift our souls to another. Give us clean hands, bow our hearts, bend our knees. Oh Spirit, come make us humble. We turn our eyes from evil things. Oh Lord, we cast down our idols and give us clean hands and give us pure hearts. Let us not lift our souls to another. And give us clean hands and give us pure hearts. Let us not lift our souls to another. Oh God, let us be a generation that seeks and seek your face. Oh God of Jacob. Oh God, let us be a generation that seeks your face. Oh God of Jacob. We bow our hearts, we bend our knees. Oh Spirit, come make us humble. We turn our eyes from evil things. Oh Lord, we cast down our idols and give us clean hands and give us pure hearts. Let us not lift our souls to another. Give us clean hands and give us pure hearts. Let us not lift our souls to another. Oh God, let us be a generation that seeks your face. Oh God of Jacob. Oh God, let us be a generation that seeks your face. Oh God of Jacob.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you for this time of worship, time to gather together. I pray that you'd open our hearts, open our minds to receive the message that you have for us today. Spirit, please come talk to us. In Jesus' name, amen.
So this Sunday, I'm just going to do a little something different. We just came back we had the Young Adults Retreat last weekend. I want to share a little bit about it. And I'm going to give some people an opportunity to come up and share about it as well. And so just to hear a little bit of what God did on the retreat and give you kind of a snapshot into the text that we ran into and wrestled with. And I think it's just so appropriate for, definitely in my life, but I think it's also appropriate for all of us too. I think it's something that we long for, whether we realize it or not. So there were 16 of us that went on up to Camp Gormley. That would be up in the Rimrock area outside of Natchez. And the theme of the retreat was Fire in the Wild. Christian Anna did a fantastic job leading the retreat, but the Christian went ahead and got a banner made. You want to pull it? To kind of give you an idea of the fire in the wild. The idea is, Jesus is the fire. The world is wild. The night is wild. The night can be cold. It can be dark. It can be alone, right? And there's something powerful about a fire. Something powerful about light. And so we read a lot about John chapter 3. The light has come to the world, and men run from the light because their deeds are evil. The team that helped put the retreat together, I just thought it was really cool. One, make sure everybody felt appreciated, loved, cared. So they came up with a care package. Everybody got a little bag like this. In the bag, they had some treats, and those are all gone by now. But they got everybody a little journal, so that they could go ahead and journal thoughts, right? Personalized journal for each person. There was also a neat little Fire in the Wild schedule booklet that they put together for the retreat. And then also, the other thing that I thought was really cool is each person had their own rock with their own name on it, right? And so all of us took a lot of time. Love the heart, love the passion. On the back side or on the underside, it says 26 Fire in the Wild. Just as a constant reminder of God's call for us to be around His fire, to find our fire in Him, and for us to be the fire in the wild. And so here in a moment, actually I'm going to have Christian come up, and he's going to share a little bit about his heart behind the retreat, a little bit what he saw God do, and then Kaylee's going to come up following him, and then I'm going to share some words out of John 9. And then that'll be kind of a little bit what we go through this throughout our time. We have a couple images that I wanted to share with you before we get going too far, though. We'll be showing images from the retreat throughout. The first one comes, that's a picture, it's kind of small, but that's a picture of some of the people that were at the retreat behind the banner. That's up at Camp Gormley. And then we'll go to the next one. Those are the girls in the retreat, the female shot, and then we have another one. This one was just kind of, this would be your view around the campfire one night up out of the Natchez area, the Rimrock Valley, with a view of Mount Adams in the distance and then Rimrock Lake. And that's where we kind of held our worship and our sharing time. So I'm going to give Christian and Kaylee a few moments to share.
This one? This one? This one? This one? How you guys doing? Check. Hello? Whoa. Good morning, everybody. How we doing? Good. I just got a couple notes jotted down here, but I just want to say, first and foremost, for those that are here that helped, thank you so much. We got Theron, Kaylee, Anna. Jelijah is not feeling well today, so he couldn't be here. But and then some other people, out of town. But we did this. We came up with this idea back in, I want to say November, so 5-6 months ago, and there was no plan. There was just I felt like God was saying to just go out and do a retreat. Where I come from, where Anna comes from, a lot of ministry and a lot of church has been, a lot of growth has been through retreats. And I really, really love retreats. I really love getting away from the world. Because today we're so bound in the digital age. You can feel that pull all the time. From high school to young adult, even today, it's really hard to step out of that world and get back into God's creation. And so we, like I said, 5-6 months ago, we did this. We just came up with, we got to do a retreat. So we're just looking through spots, where to go, how to do it. We had no money. We had no people. We just had a small amount of some key figures, and God provided. He provided the way. He provided the money. He provided the people. And I just think that's really cool, and I think we can overlook that because it's just so easy to get into the mindset of, oh, have a retreat and just get there somehow. But God really did provide, and I think that's really special because it's not cheap. It's not easy to get there. It takes a lot of planning, a lot of coordination, and for those that went, hopefully lives were changed and God moved, and I believe He did. So a big thing with getting away with retreating is, I think, learning how to be in a community outside of the crowd, the numbers, and how to be, I guess, how would I say that? Authentic, real. Because when you're on a retreat, you're with people for a few days, right? You're not running away. You're not getting away. You're going to go back to your bunk beds. You're going to go back to your rooms, and that is where I think the special moments take place. Getting to know somebody in an intimate way. Whereas when we come here, or we do adults on a Thursday, or we have our high school ministries Wednesday, that's just a 1 day a week thing. When you're with people for a few days on the weekend, you get to know them in a special way. Hearts open up, doors open up, conversations flow, and that's what I really love about retreats. Is you get outside of the digital age, you get outside of the surface level, and you can move deeper into an intimate relationship with each other and with God. Some of my most awesome moments over the years have been on retreats. It hasn't been on the phone playing a video game. It hasn't been at my job necessarily. No offense, love the job, but we have a unique relationship, Josh and I do. But what I'm trying to say is, like, most of us, we get stuck in the work. We get stuck in the busyness of life, and a retreat stops all that. And then when you're out in God's creation, you saw those views of the mountain. Even this picture right here. This picture, it's been tweaked a little bit, but that's a real picture I took with Jeff and another gentleman on a time away on a weekend, a World Day weekend. Never did I think this picture was going to be a banner, but it fit the theme Fire in the Wild so well. And never would have got that picture if we didn't go out into the wilderness, right? And just explore and have hours of driving and conversation. So, yeah, the views up there were just amazing. The fires, the quietness, the stars. Those things you just don't get here. And then when you share that with your good friends, you share that with your mentors, it really is amazing and beautiful. It's something you can't get here in the busyness of life, in the 40-hour work week we do, right? Theron had this really cool idea with the rocks, as we saw. I don't know where Jeff put his rock, but I like how Theron put our names on the rocks, and he had this idea of building this communal fire. The community comes together to build the rocks, to build the fire ring around this little LED fire I brought up. It was symbolic, but Theron wrote our names on it, and then put Fire in the Wild on the back. And I was just thinking, God calls us by name to build community, and I just love how Theron came up with the idea. I thought it was so cool, because to be in community and to be authentic and real, you've got to put your fire, or you've got to put your rock around the fire ring. To be real in church, to be real in people's lives, to actually make a difference, is you got to come, you got to build something, and you have to be intentional about it. And I thought that was a really cool idea, and he thinks I came up with it, but that was all him, and it's just like watching him grow is just amazing. Like that, I thought that was such a really beautiful idea. So just a couple more thoughts, but one of the a little scary thing that happened on the trip, just real briefly. I don't know if Theron will bring it up too, but on one of the nights, Jeff was giving one of his messages, which I appreciate, by the way. Jeff had some really fire messages. Like, they were really good. And he didn't have maybe a whole lot of time to prepare, but they all came out of John 9, story of the blind man. Really, really good messages. The theme is Fire in the Wild. So there was a night he was giving a message, and I went out to get some wood. We were losing our wood. Riker chopped up a bunch of wood for us, which was awesome, but we were chewing through it way too fast. So I went out into the wilderness, right, by myself, got my little headlamp on, got my little camo fit. And the fear is, like, in the dark, like there's something watching you or something coming after you, right? And I was going out, I was getting my wood, like getting bundles, and I'm always looking around, I'm always scanning, right, just always ready. And like 10, 15 minutes in, I look up and I look over towards a tree, and I just see eyes looking at me. And so I was like, nah, we ain't doing that. I was like, no. Like, I'm ready. I got my stuff, right? And I keep going like this. Like, and it didn't move for like maybe 2-3 minutes. So I was like, okay, maybe this is just a sign, right? Like a road sign. Because people do bring those way up there and they just shoot them. So I was like, okay. It's like, no big deal. It's just a sign. So calm down, Christian. It's okay. I go back again in my wood, like a couple minutes pass, and I got a good amount of wood, and then I look up, and the eyes are gone. And this was up in a tree like 15, 20 feet maybe, and maybe only 50 yards off. And so I'm like, nah. So I'm ready, and I'm just walking backwards the whole way to camp. And later on, people were telling me they saw my headlamp just going wildly like this. And that's just because, like, I'm thinking this thing just jumped down, and it's stalking me, right? You know, a cougar, obviously, for those who don't know, a mountain lion. Obviously, I'm okay. I still have all my limbs, but it's so real though that we have the enemy out there. We have the devil that's prowling around like that, wanting to devour us. And when we get away from the fire, when I got away from the fire, where Jeff's preaching at and everybody's at, and I went out into the darkness, that's where you run into the enemy. That's where you run into real life. And while it's just a fun little ha-ha story here, kind of goofy, the symbolism there is that really does happen to us when we get away from our families, our church families, our immediate families. When we get away from our friends, from accountability, that can happen. The enemy can just get you. And obviously, I'm okay. I don't know if Theron will share a little bit on that. Something happened to him on that trip, too. So it's a weird night. Weird, interesting night. But I just want to wrap up. I know Jeff's going to get into some of the more of the message themes of the retreat. But one thing that Jeff said that really stuck with me is... Jesus heals the blind man who'd been blind from birth, and his eyes were open, right? Physically, his eyes were open. And it's when you relate that to us spiritually, right? Our eyes are open when we come to Christ. Jeff had a little tagline that I just want you guys to wrestle with, and he'll get into this, but the more you see, the more you will say. And the way I took it is, if you're not saying anything about Jesus, it's probably because you don't see. And so you need God to come into your life and give you the light, but you also need people around you to help take off the bag or whatever covers your eyes, whatever's distracting you. You need people in your life to do that. So, yeah, just with that, there was a lot of fun, a lot of good memories made, and I think we have Kaylee next. But I just want to say I appreciate Jeff so much. I appreciate the team and everybody that helped make it happen. Those that supported somebody, it didn't go wasted. It was a really good weekend, a lot of good photos, a lot of good memories. So, yeah, with that, Kaylee.
Okay, I actually forgot my notes, but I just had a lot of big change. I didn't really have any... Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I'm not holding it close enough to my face. But I just had a lot of personal change, not anything scary happened to me necessarily. But the first time we got up there, I just been really overwhelmed and just thinking about everything in my life that's going to change. Things that I have still yet to pay for, things I still yet have to plan and deal with, and everything, like, number-wise, my brain has just been very full. And, that's something that you don't think about often is, like, how much you consume yourself with. And I feel like I've been exerting light, but not to my fullest potential. Like I haven't been filling myself with, and so to be able to exert that, you have to be filled with your light. And during this retreat, I had a lot of quiet time, was able to journal like I used to. Just had, sorry, I'm nervous. I don't know who to look at. Yeah, I forgot my notes, so that I feel unprepared. But I just had a lot of change. Just got to sit and just be grateful for the time that I got to reflect. I got to fully relax at one point and just got to look at everything that I'm extremely grateful for, and just the family I get to have around me, and be able to experience just a calmness and a change, and to just be able to appreciate that quiet time. And I feel like that first night that we went up there was crazy. We kind of lost all of our spots that we planned to go on, and it took us a while to actually find a place to experience Jeff's message that he had in store for us that first night. And it just made me reflect more of like, wow, I've been really distracted. Like, and then once you get hit with those just problems and tribulations, you get to appreciate much more of what the outcome is. And just looking at that in my own life, and to be able to be filled, like, I appreciate all my friends who pour into me, and my wonderful fiance pours into me all the time. And just, I just got to take that time with God myself, and to be able to have my light be filled, and to be able to better help fill those who don't have as much light. And so, yeah, I'm just very grateful for my change.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate what both of them said. We did spend 2 nights up on the Rim Rock, taking in the stars. Over here you had Mount Rainier in sunset. Over here you had Mount Adams, the lake. It was just incredible. You don't get to see that here. Sometimes we don't even get to see the stars here. Certainly, I hear stories about this younger generation that doesn't even know that there's stars out there to see, because in urbanized areas, they just never get outside the city enough to see, like, whoa, right? Speaking of sight, I'll jump into John 9. I'll just pick this apart little bit by little bit, just a couple verses, but in John 9, verses 1 through 5, this is what it says. This is about sight. This is all about sight. It says this: as Jesus went along, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" You can see the disciples trying to see. I don't know if you see that yet. They're trying to see. So they asked the rabbi, Jesus, who is this proper sight that we have? What they see is oftentimes what we see. Oh, I see you. And is this why this person is that way? Because either something went wrong in their life, or their parents were this way. And it's easy for me when I walk with Jesus to look at you, or to look at you, go, what's wrong with that person? What's wrong with this person? That person, what's wrong with them? Let me just tell you is, Jesus, let me just tell you why this person, because I'm with Jesus, right? This is what I love about Jesus. He comes back and says this. You just don't see. You think you see because you're with me, but you just don't see. So let me tell you what proper sight looks like here. He says this: neither this man nor his parents sinned, said Jesus. But this happened so the work of God might be displayed in his life. As long as it is day, we must do the work of him who sent me, because night is coming when no one can work. And while I am in the world, I am the light of the world. I am the one that brings sight, because I am the light. Love that. By the way, he's not rabbi. I am the light. He doesn't say, oh, I'm the rabbi, or I'm the teacher, or I am the light. Let's just rephrase. You don't even see me properly, because I am the light of the world, right? And thank God for that. We don't need another rabbi. We don't need another teacher. We need a savior. We need the light of the world. Because why? Because this world is wild, because this world is dark. The world is caught in the darkest of night, which is the word Jesus uses when he uses the word night in the original language. The darkest of night, where you cannot see anything. And what if Like, Jesus sees so clear. Why? Because he's light. But what if we could see like Jesus? What if we could see that this happened, that the work of God might be displayed? Whew. And now, if I believed that, maybe I would stop asking, why does this have to happen? Why does this have to happen? And if God is good, then why do bad things happen? And why do good things happen to bad people? Because the work of God will be displayed. God plans on displaying himself. I'm just not ready for it. I'm just not. I want to see like what's wrong with this person. And I think I see because this person has something else wrong with them. And there's something wrong here and wrong here and wrong here and wrong here. And Jesus reframes it and says, let me tell you how to see properly. The God is working and I am going to display what I want in this life. Why? So that you see me. Will you see me? Will you? Because some of us this morning might be coming here, it's like, I just haven't seen him for a very long time. Blind from birth. He hasn't seen for a very long time. His family's been waiting a very long time. The promise of God, so the work of God might be displayed. Have I heard that? After walking with Jesus, you're like, something's about ready to happen. Clear the streets. Sound the alarm. Let everybody know it's just something's gonna happen. Jesus is about ready to do Jesus things. Watch out. Nothing's changed. Jesus is always moving. And Johnny says, my God, my Father is always at work. It's just that I appreciate what Kayla says, so distracted. You know what we get distracted with? Me. God, why? This hurts. I'm frustrated. God, and he's like, miracle and miracle and miracle. Jeff, do you see? Jeff, do you see? Jeff, do you see? Jeff, do you? No, I don't. I don't even know. Would you just see me? Because I will give you sight. Because I am the light of the world. Walk you through a couple images here. This is a group of guys who went on the retreat. A number of them are missing because they're off for summer, college. Another picture. Great picture of Theron. So, up there. And is that all that we have for that?
One more.
Okay, hit me. One more. And this was looking down the slope, one of the slopes where we had the bonfire. That's looking west toward Mount Rainier is way over there, small on the left. Some other mountain peaks. But you can see the darkness coming in, the darkness closing in. I have another picture, not just yet, but I'll show it in a little bit. When we get the fire going, guess what we do? I mean, the temperature's dropped. They plummeted down to 43 degrees. It was cold. It was 80-something in the canyon earlier in the day. It was freezing up there. We're at 6,000 feet. And you know what we do when it gets cold? When it gets dark? Christian, alone, where's the fire? Where's the fire? The warmth, the companionship, the light. So I can see. In a minute, we'll show the picture, but everybody huddles around. Tight. Who wants to go into the dark? Who wants to go in the wild? Who wants to explore what that is all alone in the dark, cold? Not me, no. Fire in the wild. Fire in the wild. Jesus is the one who gives us sight. He's the fire in the wild. He is the one that comes into this world and says, would you follow me? Would you see me? I'll give you sight. Watch what happens next. But I'm going to have Lola come up and share, and then Riker. So.
Hello? Hi, guys. So I'm going to tie into a little bit of what Christian and Kaylee both have already said. So one thing I've always loved about our young adults group is that we all search for meaningful and deeper connections and relationships with everybody. Like, we don't want surface level with anybody. So I think that the level of intimacy that we had up there with the small group really got us all a lot closer, and like we were able to get deeper with each other. I know that a group of us stayed up late and pulled an all-nighter on the last night. I did not. I was sound asleep. But it just shows that like those are people we might not usually talk to on a like weekly basis on Sundays or on Thursdays, and they all stayed up late and just got to know each other and grew their relationships and connections. And then it also made us trust in each other a lot more. Like, I know the first night that we went up to Bethel Ridge, like Kaylee was saying, it was not according to plan at all. So we all just kind of had to trust in Jeff and Christian and Theron, who were driving us up there, that they were going to get us somewhere, and we were going to get there safely and get down safely. We went a lot further off track, a lot further up the mountain than we thought, and it was definitely stressful, not only for, I know Theron who was driving, but those of us who were riding passenger with everybody, because we were like, we're going all the way up there, like we're at the point we're off tracks, we're going through trees, like through everything, so it kind of just made us trust in them a lot more and grow like our relationships with them. And then another thing that I really appreciated was like Jeff's symbolism throughout the whole weekend was amazing. Like, we know that he loves fire, but little did people know, like, on the last night that Theron was down the canyon, and when Jeff lights these sticks on fire and throws them into the middle of the woods, like, everyone just trusted that it wasn't gonna cause a fire or anything. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, no one else is worried about this, but, and then you just see further down the canyon, like, a bunch of sticks, like, light up, and nobody knew that Theron was back there. And so it was really cool to see, and the amount of effort and everything that everyone put into it, I'm really grateful for, and we'll never forget this weekend.
So my name is Riker Durham, and I will be talking, I guess. But I will start off with a similar sentiment about the weekend, as Kaylee, Lola, and Christian. I really love being up there because it allows you to basically get away from the world, take some time camping, which is my favorite thing to do, and just be around people and be able to talk to them, and just spend time chatting, which is my favorite thing to do with friends, family, and whatnot. It's just sit around campfire, don't have to do anything unless you want to play some games or something, and then you just chat and talk the whole time, and that's it, which I love. Example of this, as I want to kind of explain this feeling. Song I listened to from Noah Kahn, a country artist, new one. He talks about camping with his best friend Dan in his song, which kind of related to how I felt up there, where I was. One of the experiences I've had where I've camped with my best friend Aiden sometimes with my family, and what it's like to be there with your best friend, or in this case, best friends. Just camping, just hanging out, and whatnot. And this is how he describes it. Seasonal bugs on a canvas tent, seasonal friendships, I can see the road end. You're appealing to the parts that you know I hold dear. You've been the best 5 minutes of a crappy whole year. And I'm so glad we're here, because I'm with my best friend Dan now, camping on the county line, hand around a middle light, waiting for the sunrise. A couple of hometown heroes, fighting over politics, sitting and remembering, young men from different sides. And we're so alone most of the time. Most of the time we don't have anyone. Where do we go when we die? I wouldn't mind right here. I wouldn't mind at all. Which is pretty much how I felt up there, is pretty much sitting there with the community and stuff and just hanging out and spending time. I wouldn't mind if I died right there and just was there in heaven with you guys. Just chilling, hanging out, talking. Did have one creepy story I wanted to add to this, but that's what God was trying to... I felt like God was talking to me, is that I need more moments like that with people. Basically just being able to spend time with them, just chat and hang out and spend time. But one creepy moment I did have is one quiet time. I think it was after quiet time. I came back from a little hike because I found a random ATV trail that the Forest Service hadn't cleared yet. And so I was just exploring and trying to see where it takes you. Then I came back because I went a little far, and I was just like, I'm going to go make sure I tell someone that I'm going on a little walk by myself. Ended up going back out there on the ATV trail, following it. There's trees everywhere on the ground and stuff, so you have to climb over them. Clearly hasn't been cleaned in like months or from the Forest Service. No ATVs have gone on it and stuff. But I followed it for like a few miles, I think. That's how long it was. Eventually what you get is you open up from the tree line, dense forest, this pine forest up there, and you enter a clearing where it's like a marsh, but then it's a meadow. And so it was beautiful. I was just like, oh, this is cool. I didn't know this exists here. But while I was there observing it, God's creation, all of a sudden I just heard a random splash in the water. Had no clue what kind of animal it was, but it was pretty big because I heard a splash, pretty big splash. Anyways, after that, I just got up and pretty much was just like, nope, just going to get out of here. I'm going to leave. Nope, not dealing with that today. And then I followed another trail and led to another meadow, and then another trail that led back to camp, which was fun. Spent a good hour to just exploring the full woods. Anyways, that's it.
Thanks, Riker. Riker was our fire master. Kept our fire going, and he kept the wood coming. So it was really cool. Thanks. Appreciate his camping experiences and stories that he would share as well. In John 9, we continue the saga. It gets more interesting. So this is what happens next. In verse 6, it says, having said this, Jesus spit on the ground, made some mud with his saliva, and put it on the man's eyes. Jesus says these words, go, wash in the pool of Siloam, which means sent. So the man went and washed and came home seeing. His neighbors and those who had formerly seen him begging asked, isn't this the same man who used to sit and beg? Some claimed that he was. Others said, no, he only looks like him. But he himself insisted, I am the man. Verse 10, how then were your eyes opened? Oh, right? How then were your eyes opened? You see these, I'll just throw these themes out your way. 14 times in this passage, you see the word blind. And this passage has a lot to do with being blind or seeing. 13 times in this passage, you see the word sight, seen, see, or seen over and over and over. And what is this passage all about? 9 times in this passage, you see the word eyes. And it's as if John 9 is all about, do you see? Do you see? What do you see? 5 times it says the word wash, right? It's really interesting because where I just finished, they asked the question, how then were your eyes open? 2 Corinthians 4:4 says this, the God of this age has blinded the minds of the unbelievers so they cannot see the light of the gospel, the glory of Christ, who is the image of God. That's our world. What is the God of this age? What is the God of this age is blinding us? Blinding this world, blinding everybody in the wild from seeing the light of God. In this text, Jesus says, I'm gonna put mud on your eyes, and then I want you to, he says these 4 words, go wash in the pool of Siloam. And he comes home seeing. If I was to condense that into 4, it's like, go wash in sent to see. If I was going to say it more complex, because Jesus had already says, he already says that the Father has sent him into this world. Jesus is actually the sent one. So the sent one sent the one who had no sight to the place of sent to receive sight, so he will be sent. What does that mean? I'll rephrase. Go wash and sent to see. Who's the sent one? Jesus. Go wash in Jesus. Find Jesus. Get close to Jesus. Let Jesus wash over you and wash over you and wash over you and wash over you. Find Jesus so you can see. They keep asking the question, how? How is it that you see? How is it this? A moment ago, you were just sitting there. But is this your son? Is this your son? Those who say they see now realize they don't see and will now wonder if they do see. Do you see that? Do you see that? They don't know what they're seeing anymore because nothing like this has ever happened. Man born blind now sees. I don't even know if he's my son. He looks like my son. Isn't this the man who was sitting in there? But what do you do when you're blind? Oh, we know. You sit and beg. It didn't just say it once. It said it twice in the text. Sit and beg. What do we do when we are blind? What does he do when he is blind? Sit and beg. Sit and beg. How? How? How do you see? How do you see? That's what they keep asking. 6 times in the text. How is it that you see? We just don't know. How is it that you see? How? They refuse to see the how to see. They refuse it. So they keep asking the same question over and over and over again. How is it? How is it? How is it? It's found in the who. If I could just figure that out every single day, every single breath, every single moment, it's found in the who. It's found in Jesus. Jesus is the one that causes me to see. It's no other way. It's not in the what or the where or the why or the whatever. It is found in Jesus. Why? Because he's the light of the world. He is the light of the world. You will only see through me. You will only see through me. You want me to simplify this? It's the how is found in the who. The how is found. You know what it's like being in the wild? I'll tell you what it's like being in the wild. We were on this ridge line, campfire. Anna just happened to win the prize. That's so cool. I roll out, we draw her name. It's Anna. Everybody's like, oh, and she's like coming almost to tears. They're like, oh, this is my moment. You know what I mean? And she gets this little bag full of candy, and she's thrilled. Everybody's high-fiving. We're around the campfire, and I was like, hey, hold on just a second, because there's another part to the prize. Could it get any better? I don't think it could get any better, but I can't wait because the next prize has got to be better than this prize, right? And so we get to the end of the message, and I just like, the second part of the prize is we're all driving off this ridge. We're putting out the fire. Here's a sleeping bag. No cell phone, no flashlight, no campfire, no body, alone, in the cold, in the dark. You know, it's one thing it is one thing to teach like on a Sunday morning, like, oh, that's a neat message that really hit me spiritually. You know, but Jesus does a phenomenal job in this text all over the place. He teaches spiritually, he teaches relationally, he teaches to impact emotion and physically, and you feel it. I can't get away from the truth of Jesus. It hits me relationally, emotionally, spiritually. When those last taillights drive off that mountain, you don't think that she felt all completely alone? It's one thing to sit around the campfire. Oh, John 9, that's neat. I see, I don't know. Do I see? Jesus is the way. Oh, that's... Until you are alone in the wild. All night. And here's a sleeping bag. And nobody's going to hear you. And nobody's coming for you. This is the world we live in. The reason why we don't see it is because the world has figured out how to survive in the wild, to cover up, project images, pretend, this is how I feel, big smiley face, and it's just not. We cover it over with substances. We cover it over with business. We cover it over with distractions, staying busy. And Jesus says, hey, this is where the wild lives. You don't have to live there. You can join me in the fire that's in the wild. Why? Because I am the light of the world. I'm going to have Theron come up, and then it's going to be Anna. But as he comes up, I want to walk us through just a couple more images, just 2 real quick. This was an incredible shot. This is of Mount Rainier. The stars coming out. Oh, man. You just want to sit there and consume, drink it in, eat it, feast on it. Starve yourself for more and more and more. Here's another one. The fire. And it's Christian and I with Rimrock Lake in the background.
Alrighty. So, as you guys probably know, my name's Theron. So, like Christian said, we've been planning this for better part of half of a year. And that last 2 weeks, everything just finally came into full fruition. I had this bright idea with the rocks, and then I was like, oh, let's throw it back to when Jeff had the youth ministry and do the devotional packets and have all the information there. And it just, everything flowed just so perfectly. We were able to borrow Christian's sister's car so that we could do all the off-roading and stuff like that. And so everything just played together well. But I'm going to kind of talk loosely about my little experience out in the wild. So the very last night, which initially was supposed to be the first night, but there were so many things, so many people out there that we just couldn't get our spot. So we made it work for the first night. But the second night, we got our spot. And so my job was to sneak away from the group. And I had this broomstick, and it was kind of like a long T. And so I was supposed to light it on fire, which I was like, yeah, give me some fire. I want to deal with that. But so I'm in this spot, and mind you, it's probably 150, 200 yards down the ridge from everybody else. And I'm just walking by moonlight because I'm not trying to have everybody see my lights. I'm trying to be sneaky. And so I get down there, and 5 minutes in, maybe I do a little, look around me, and I look, and I'm like, stump. I think that's a stump. And so that's important because I'm thinking, it's not anything. I'll be fine. My mind's just playing tricks on me. And so I'm hearing, I hear the slightest bit of Jeff's parts of his messages, and I'm turning my head to one side so I could hear him this way, but I'm I want to look this way too because I want to be safe. And so it finally gets to the point, probably about 5-10 minutes before Jeff throws that stick, which was my signal to light the stick on, or cover the stick in the fuel, stick in the spot and light it on fire. And so I do another pan around, and then I'm like, the stump's not there. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. My eyes are adjusted to the dark. It's probably, I wasn't seeing it. And so I'm just like, okay, it's fine. So we go through it, light the stick on fire, and I start walking back. And so that fuel isn't drenched on it anymore because it just lights, and it's got a quick life to it. So I'm using this stick to walk on the side of this big old hill, kind of like a shepherd. I'm using it to help me walk. And so I get probably about halfway from the spot to where I needed to go, double back to get back to camp. And the hairs on the back of my neck just go up. I'm like, oh no. And so I look behind me, and there's nothing. And I'm like, I need to quit my pace. I need to fasten my steps. And so I get back to camp. After almost falling a couple of times, that was great because, I can't see nothing. I'm just walking. And so, I get back to camp, and everybody's like, oh, where'd you go? Are you okay? And mind you, while I was down there, 2 people had texted me. I barely had service up there. But 2 of the guys texted me hey, are you okay? And I finally get up there. They're like, dude, where were you at? I'm like, don't worry about it. You see that fire, though? But yeah, so got up there, and then it was quite comical because we get back to the camp, we're winding down, and Christian and I are in the same room, and Jeff pops in, and he's like, how'd it go, guys? And Christian tells his story first, and I'm like, oh, crap. I definitely was being stalked by something because he's telling this story, and I'm thinking about the stump that's not a stump. And I finally was like, okay, guys, I do got something to say. And so it gets better because once Anna comes up, the full fruition of, leaving her behind, that would have been, I can't find the right word, but that would have been terrible if we actually did that because, yeah, they're prey animals. So, but with that being said, I'll bring Anna up here. But, yeah, that was kind of my little story.
Hello, I'm Anna. As you guys are most aware, I had an almost deadly experience. But my whole experience was probably a week before the trip. Jeff texts me, hey, can you help me out? And yes, I will help you out because if anything, I know it's going to be fun, exciting, or memorable, or all of the above. So we go up onto the camp, and we've been doing all this, and like people have stated, Friday we couldn't exactly do Saturday we couldn't do the message, so we kind of shifted it all into Sunday. But Saturday was when I expected to be alone up onto the mountain, so my anxiety was already running high because Jeff does know that I'm afraid of the dark because I've been on many trips of him, but of course I'm not going to say no to helping out. So he told me exactly what I would be doing during this whole scenario, but I don't like being in the dark. I don't like, no lights, nothing that really frightens me. However, it was beautiful moonlight the next night that we actually did do this message. What was really interesting and cool was Jeff made it really seem like that I was randomly chosen. He had, hey, do you got a hat? Okay, cool, let me see your hat. And he's like, I got everybody's names in here onto these pieces of paper. And he puts it over into the hat. And he's like, oh, okay, here, Elijah, can you pick a name? And he's like holding it, shaking it. I mean, he really made it look real. And so then he pulls out the name and he's like, Anna. And he's like, Jeff goes, Anna, look at you win the prize. And I'm supposed to be very excited. I'm like, oh yeah, what is in here? I love candy. And I'm eating candy and enjoying it. And he's like, you've got part 2. And I was like, stoked, this is going to be so good. And then later in the evening, then when Jeff tells everybody what the second half is that, oh, Anna's going to be sleeping up here on the mountain by herself with no campfire. I swear the whole entire mood changed. Everyone was like, no, he surely cannot be serious. You're not staying up here. Like, you can freely live. Go in with Christian car. Go with him. Like, and, Jeff's like, no, Christian already gave his blessing. Anna's staying up here by herself. And so I was like, I got to stay. I mean, like, it is comical to think because I'm a free-willing adult, but I was like, I got to listen to Jeff. I have to stay up here in a sleeping bag. So I had the sleeping bag. Everybody just went down the mountain, and Jeff is still there because he has to make sure the fire is completely out. And so he's like, just wait here while I take care of business. And I was like, sure, I'll just sit. And for me, in that moment in time, I'm at peace. Jeff is right behind. His car is behind there. There is no problem. I can, be able to see God's beauty with the moonlight and it just all the trees. Which in hindsight, I also love. I love how God's beauty is both out in nature and right in front of me. Like, God's beauty is all of you guys. We are a reflection of Him. But anywho, back to the actual story. Jeff does come back to me, and he's like, okay, the fire's good. And he's like, you ready to go? And I was like, we should make this really real. Just leave me. Like, just go to the next turning point and then turn around. And he's like, I definitely can't do that. And I was like, why not? Like, this will be great. I was thinking the reason I wanted to make it even more real is because there was already 3 cars who went ahead who I figured, I've known Jeff for so long, I didn't think it was really, like, attracting on with these kids or young adults. But I was like, I want to make it really real for the 2 people that stayed with Jeff in his rig. And little did I know, they were already freaking out, or at least the gal was in the car. But he's like, no, I don't feel good about that. I just can't do that. I was like, fine. I was like, how about you just go to your car? I'll still sit here, and then you'll, like, talk to them about having me come in, and then go beep, beep. And he's like, oh, okay. And so he goes into his car, and then I wait for the signal. And then I come in, and we go down. And meanwhile, I get, like, a few texts from people being like, surely, Anna, like, are you okay? He did not leave you up on the mountain, did he? And I just never responded until later on I showed up. And I was like, oh my gosh, I thought he was serious. And so it was really cool to actually get that, like, live reaction. For me, I've done so many stuff, crazy for Jeff. I think this was not even scary for me because, just like with God, I know God's right there. And I know Jeff. I've known him for 20 years now. I like that I can say that. But I've known Jeff since I was a freshman. It was 2006. And now I've known him for 20 years. And I just know he's always going to be there. He's always caring about everybody's well-being, especially on trips, making sure you're safe. And it just was really cool to see the to really see the emotional and physical, helping from people saying, please don't do this to Anna. But then also get to witness it spiritually while Jeff was giving his messages. And so overall, it was a great experience. I obviously am glad I did not actively sleep out on the mountain and get eaten by something out to prey on all of us. But with that being said, Jeff's going to come back up. So thank you guys very much.
It would have been cool because I'm sure that had she spent the night up there, she would be like, Christian, look, I got a new cat to bring home. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, it was one of the things that was interesting about it, though, is that we have this here, the fire, to gather around. The world doesn't. And it's easy for me to go, oh, I got church, I got a community to be a part of it. And I leave the people that I'm with in the wild without realizing, sometimes they don't even too, what is life without the light? Without the fire, right? It's dark. It's cold. It's lonely, right? At college, I had that opportunity to work with over 100 students in all my classes every single day, asking all these big questions. Not sure if they should, could, will they, you know. Finished with the text. This is, I'll start in verse 35. Anyway, the man gets thrown out of the temple, out of the Jewish community. In verse 35, it says, Jesus heard that they had thrown him, the blind man, out, and who could now see. And when he found him, he said, do you believe in the Son of Man? Who is he, sir? The man asked. Tell me so that I may believe in him. Verse 37, Jesus says, you have now seen him. In fact, he is the one speaking with you. Then the man said, Lord, I believe, and he worshipped him. Jesus says, for judgment I have come into this world so that the blind will see, and those who see will become blind. You later see in 2 Corinthians 4:6, where it says, this is right after the 4:4 passage, the God of this age has blinded the minds of the unbelievers. But in 2 Corinthians 4:6, it says, for God who said, let light shine out of darkness, Genesis, let light shine out of darkness, made his light shine in our hearts so we may see, right? So that we may see. God is actively shining, moving all over the place. In this text, I love it. Jesus finds those who have been thrown out. Jesus finds those who have been thrown out. Maybe in the wild. Maybe it's the people who are on the fire push people out. I don't know. But Jesus finds the people who have been thrown out. Love that. And he found them. This text, I said earlier, they ask the question over and over and over again, how is it that you can see? How is it that you can see? How is it that you can see? And he says, one thing I know. I was blind, but now I see. When I was blind, we know that he sat and begged. But now that he sees, not only is he sent, but now he also says. Because those who see are sent, and they say. 4 different times the question is posed. How is it you can see? How is it that you can, how is it that you can see? Let me just say again and say again and say again and say again. I'll go into the wild. I'll go into the dark. I'll go into the night. I'll say it again and I'll say it again. I once was blind, but now I see. That's all I need to know because I know it's the who and not the how. It's all about the who. It's Jesus. He's the light of the world. He is the light of the world. That's how I see. Theron made a reference to it, but at the end of the message, other than the final night, I put 3 different sticks into the fire. And at the end of the message, the whole idea was to take the stick out. That would be the signal, but I would toss it downslope. There was a picture of the slope. It was kind of rocky. It was just a rocky slope. And the flame goes through, and it pretty much goes out. It just lands in the darkness, and it's like, what's the point of that? And I grab another one. Here's another one. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. And then another 100 yards farther down, you see this flame just go 6 feet up, tower of flame. And it's like, whoa! 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 What's it? What is that? Right? The problem with us around the fire is we just don't think that Jesus is going to do anything other than the fire that's in front of us. Jesus wants to send us so that we say, so that when the flame goes out, it's dark, and there's nothing happening. Jesus is the light of the world. Watch this, so that the work of God might be displayed. I don't know what that means. I'll just stay around the fire. I'm going to send you so that you can say, and then you get to watch me do what I do. And I'm the only one that can bring light into this world, right? So yeah, they were amazed. Like, what is that? Just like the disciples. Who did that? Like the Pharisees. How does this happen? The parents. How does this happen? The people. How does this happen? Oh yeah. It's the who. The light of the world. I just want to finish with this. 3 pictures. This kind of just finishes off the retreat. I love these pictures. Do you see it? Do you see it? Or is it just me? Do you see what I see, or is it just you? Or me? Do you see it? I'm not going to give you a whole lot of time. So if you haven't seen it yet, take a look. Capture it. I'll give you another clue. Go to the next one. Look at that one. Now I don't know if you see it. Maybe it's just me that sees it, right? Do you see what I see? I'm not sure if you see it. I'm not seeing that you see. But I don't want to judge you, so I just want you to make sure that you have the freedom to say, I think I see it. I think I see it. But you're looking at it like, do you actually see what I see, or are you just missing it? I don't know, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. Now watch this one, right? Now, all of them are a little bit different, 2 scenery, but this one's around the campfire. But this one is specifically there for a reason. Do you see what I see, or is it just me? You want me to tell you? You want me to tell you? Ready? It's not about what you see. It's how you see. In every image. Every image that you see, the moment you wake up, every day that you're awake and alive, it's not what you see, but how you see it. And how you see is always through the who. It's always through the who. He's the one that gives us sight because he is the light. Right? I'm going to go and pray. Finish some worship. God, thank you for your promise to display your work in us. Even when we panic and full of anxiety, question, wonder, struggle, doubt, cry out. You are always working. Help us to see what you want us to see. Help us to run to you so that we have your light shining through us so that we can see, what you want us to see. The world is dark, it's wild, but that you promise us yourself. May we journey with you, rejoice over you, enjoy our time with you. Thank you for the fire that you provide in the wild. Thank you for coming to this world to save us, to show that you are Lord and that you're the light. Pray this in your name. Amen.
We're going to close with the time of worship right now. Do we have prayer leaders this morning? Tom? During this closing time of worship, we're going to have people that are available to pray in prayer with somebody as well. So you can go in the back.
Shepherd, all I could want, kindness of fathers, green are the pastures, place lays me down, still waters, when we sing of your name, you make me righteous when I walk in the dark. Shepherd, all I could want, kindness of fathers, green on the pastures. ashes when grace lays me down beside still waters. For the sake of your name, you make me righteous now. When I walk in the darkness, you're with me all the while. When my fear is drawing near, your comfort overwhelms me. You have made me a place where joy is overflowing. For all the things here in this life, your goodness follows me. Your love and light, my soul delights. Great shepherd over me. For all the days here in this life, your goodness follows me. Your love and light, my soul delights. Great shepherd over me. Great shepherd over me. For the sake of your name, you make me righteous now. When you found me, I was so blind. My sin was before me, I was swallowed by pride. Out of the darkness, brought me to your light. Oh, showed me new mercy and opened up my eyes. From the day you saved my soul, till the very moment when I come home, I'll sing, I'll dance, my heart will overflow. When brilliant light is all around, and endless joy is the only sound. Oh, rest my heart forever now. Oh, in your arms I'll always be found. And from the day you saved my soul, till the very moment when I come home, I'll sing, I'll dance, my heart will overflow. And from the day you saved my soul, from the day you saved my soul, until the very moment when I come home, I'll sing, I'll dance, my heart will overflow. And from the day you saved my soul, my love is yours, my heart is yours, my life is yours forever. My love is yours, my heart is yours, my life is yours forever. And from the day you saved my soul, till the very moment when I come home, I'll sing, I'll dance, my heart will overflow. From the day you saved my soul, from the day you saved my soul, till the very moment when I come home, I'll sing, I'll dance, my heart will overflow. From the day you saved my soul.